that song.
I'm in love with that song.
I love that song.
I'm in love with that song.
I love that song. I love that song.
I'm in love with that song.
I love that song.
I'm in love with that song.
Welcome, all you ghouls, goblins, and goofballs, to our annual Halloween Spooktacular episode. I am Brad Page, your gross host with the most ghosts here on the Pantheon Podcast Network, with the annual I'm in Love with That Song Halloween episode. I'll pick a song with a particularly spooky vibe, and we'll have some fun taking a closer look at it. This time, we're revisiting one of my favorite songwriters, the great Robyn Hitchcock, and one of his early classics, a song called My Wife and My Dead Wife.
My wife and my dead wife. Am I the only one that sees her? My wife and my dead wife. Doesn't anybody see her at all?
We'll be right back after this. Robyn Hitchcock was born in Paddington, part of Westminster, England, in March of 1953. He went to Westminster College, where he discovered the music that would change his life, in particular the music of Bob Dylan. He studied art in London and then moved to Cambridge, where he joined his first bands, eventually landing in the Soft Boys in 1976. The Soft Boys were a seminal British 70s band. There was really no one else quite like them. Along with Hitchcock on guitar and vocals, the Soft Boys included Andy Metcalf on bass. He would continue to work with Hitchcock, and he played with Squeeze for about 9 years. Maurice Windsor was on drums, and another guitarist, a gentleman named Kimberly Rue, who would later go on to found Katrina and the Waves and wrote their massive hit, Walking on Sunshine. Here's a track from the first Soft Boys album, a song called Leppo and the Juves.
Sunrise, a lamp of no position in the loss of all existence to the vultures without Bibles and the preachers without leaves that pass it by. No time to sigh. All them pretty women planted in a row. You see them in the newspapers, but you can't have them. No, 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 no. They get lepo and the juice. They jump on anything that moves.
The Soft Boys released 2 albums and then split in 1981. Robyn went solo, releasing some solo albums, and then formed the band Robyn Hitchcock and the Egyptians, releasing their first album, Fegmania, in 1985, a neo-psychedelic, surrealist classic record.
Just another bubble, another, and she's not the first. She'll only bring you trouble. Don't touch her or you know she'll burst. I said, oh, baby, I know.
One of the tracks on the Fegmania album is My Wife and My Dead Wife. It was written by Robyn Hitchcock and features Andy Metcalf on bass and keyboards and Maurice Windsor on drums. They're both former members of the Soft Boys. And of course, Robyn Hitchcock on guitar and vocals. The album was produced by Robyn Hitchcock and the Egyptians. The song begins with Robyn's vocal.
My wife lies down in a chair and peels the pear. I know she's there. I'm making coffee for two, just me and you. But I come back in with coffee for three. Coffee for three.
I love the way he lays out the story here, making coffee for his wife, and then the story takes a twist, and then he asks the question that should be in the listener's mind.
I'm making coffee for two, just me and you. But I come back in with coffee for three. Coffee for three.
Makes you curious as to what's going on here, right? Let's hear the rest of the first verse.
My dead wife sits in a chair, combing her hair. I know she's there. She wanders off to the bed, shaking her head. Robyn, she said, you know I don't take sugar.
I think it's a nice touch that he uses his own name there. His dead wife addresses him as Robyn. And the fact that this is just a mundane, everyday disagreement about whether she likes sugar in her coffee. It's this juxtaposition of the ordinary with the bizarre. The fact that he's having this conversation with a ghost or spirit. Robyn does this kind of thing so well. Here comes the first chorus.
My wife and my dead wife. Am I the only one that sees her? My wife and my dead wife. Doesn't anybody see her at all?
In the background of the chorus, you've got this spooky keyboard part. Sounds like a theremin. It's that classic 1950s horror movie ghostly effect. And then the chorus wraps up with this nice little tag at the end.
Doesn't anybody see her at all? No, 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 no.
I like that xylophone bit there. Let's move on to the second verse, but first, let's just listen to the instrumental backing, particularly to Andy Metcalf's bass part. He is the secret weapon of the Egyptians. So many great bass parts on these records. The transition between the second verse and the chorus is different this time around. There's more of a dramatic buildup. Let's hear that verse again, this time with the vocals.
My wife sits down on the stairs and stares into air. There's no one there. I'm drilling holes in the wall. Holes in the wall. I turn round and my dead wife's upstairs. She's still wearing flares. She talks out loud, but no one hears. My wife and my dead wife. Am I the only one that sees her?
That brings us to the next chorus. Let's bring up Robyn's vocal and listen to that.
My wife and my dead wife. Am I the only one that sees her? My wife and my dead wife. Doesn't anybody see her at all? No, 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 no.
Next up is a short bridge, and notice the background vocals here, almost a pseudo Beach Boys kind of thing.
And I can't decide
there's also a nice little instrumental break right in the middle there that's reminiscent of something The Who might have done. And that brings us to the third, final verse. Notice the background vocals here, too.
My wife lies down on a beach. She's sucking a peach. She's out of reach of the waves that crash on the sand where my dead wife stands holding my hand. Now my wife can't swim, but neither could she. And deep in the sea, she's waiting for me.
Here, they extend the last line of the verse to build into the final choruses. You'll notice that each verse is a little different, little changes each time, so that there's always something fresh. It's not totally predictable. It just makes it a little more interesting. These are all great songwriting tricks to keep pleasantly surprising the ear of the listener. There's also some fun with the backing vocals here, too.
She's waiting for me. She's waiting for me. Oh, I'm such a lucky guy. 'Cause I got you, baby, and I'll never be lonely. My wife and my dead wife. Am I the only one that sees her? My wife and my dead wife. Doesn't anybody see her at all? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Wife and my dead wife. Am I the only one that sees her? My wife and my dead wife.
And some more quirky background vocals are added here.
My wife and my dead wife. Am I the only one that sees her? My wife and my dead wife. Doesn't anybody see her at all? My wife and my dead wife.
Robyn Hitchcock and the Egyptians, My Wife and My Dead Wife. Robyn Hitchcock has never had a hit album or a hit single, but he's had a long career and a dedicated fan base. And he's been very influential. He's inspired many artists, including REM, who are big Robyn Hitchcock fans. He's been the subject of 2 documentaries, 2007's Sex, Food, Death, and Insects, directed by John Edgington, and the concert film Storefront Hitchcock, directed by none other than Jonathan Demme in 1998. Last year, Robyn released his book, 1967, an autobiography of one key year in his life, 1967, along with an album of the same name where he covered some of his favorite songs from that year. I highly recommend both. I hope you enjoyed this slightly spooky Halloween edition. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another new episode. Until then, you can get caught up with all our previous episodes. There's over 190 of them to choose from, and you'll find all of them on your favorite podcast app, whether it's Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Pandora, Google. We're out there on all of them. Or you can go to our website and find all of our episodes there. That's lovethatsongpodcast.com. If you'd like to support the show, the best thing you can do is to tell a friend about it. Share this podcast with your friends and family and help us to grow our audience. You can also support the show by going to oldglory.com and buying a t-shirt or some merch. They have a lot of great stuff there. And if you use our discount code LOVETHATSONG, you'll save 15% and you'll be helping to support this podcast. That's oldglory.com with the discount code LOVETHATSONG. Thanks. So that is a wrap on this Halloween edition featuring Robyn Hitchcock with My Wife and My Dead Wife. I will see you back here next time. Trick or treat.
My wife lies down in a chair and peels a pear. I know she's there. I'm making coffee for two, just me and you. But I come back in with coffee for three. Coffee for three. My dead wife sits in a chair